When buying a resale or existing home, at best, what you see is what you get. And what I mean by that is as you're touring through the house, you get the house as it is, with scuffs in the walls, the scratches in the flooring, and that strange cabinet door that for whatever reason just won't stay shut. Those all become your problems upon closing on the house. And what I mean is, at best, what you see is what you get, is because if there are changes that you want to make to the house, or if there's anything that's missed on the inspection, and you open up a wall and you find there's a bunch of mold or other issues, well, those are your problems as well, even if you weren't totally aware of them before buying the house. So, of course, that's why inspections and being really discerning in that process is so important. And I've got a whole series of videos on that as well that you can check out. But the advantages to new construction are that, yes, what you see is what you get, but you had a hand in choosing all of it. You have the security of warranties, and you know that you've got the latest and greatest in building technology. So let me dive into all three of those. The first advantage that comes to mind when it comes to new construction is the personalization that you have. You get to choose a lot that makes the most sense for your needs, whether that's because you have a priority on having a lot of backyard space, or maybe you want hardly any backyard space because you don't want to spend your weekends doing yard work. You can choose something that's either on a corner or that has green space behind it. You get to pick that. And you also get to choose the floor plan. So whatever makes the most sense for you and your needs, whether that's 3 to 5 to 6 bedrooms, whether you need an office, whether you want everything to be all on one level, or if you want a 2-story house, you get to decide that. And you get to decide if you want extra windows. Do you want the fireplace or not? Do you want a covered patio? All of those kinds of things you have a say in. Not to mention then the interior design as well. You get to choose your wall colors, your type of flooring, your countertops, your cabinetry, so that when you move in, you're not having to have this big wish list of items like you would on a resale home of all of the things that you'd like to change so that the house suits your needs and your tastes. In that, there can be a huge savings because you're not having to come in and do a bunch of renovation. The second piece is the home warranties. There's a ton of peace of mind with new construction. Now, every builder, the industry standard is that every builder is going to give you a 1-year workmanship warranty. And that covers pretty much everything related to the construction of the home. The expectation is that as the house settles, as it goes through the 4 seasons for the first time with you living in it, there's going to be some little imperfections that pop up. Things like nail pops, there might be some trim that gets a little bit off, there might be some imperfections in the flooring, you might have doors that just don't close quite right because something has gotten a little out of square as the house settles in. Those are all pretty normal things, and they're all covered by the builder. Now, some more reputable or larger builders are even offering 2 or 3-year workmanship warranties, which is awesome. That's definitely something to ask your builder about, how long the workmanship warranty is, because that's actually backed by the builder themselves, by the tradespeople that they use, or even their in-house warranty department that's going to come out and make any repairs that you need. But on top of the workmanship warranty, most builders also provide a third-party warranty known as a homebuyer's 210 warranty. Now, the 2 of the 210 warranty is 2 years of coverage for all of your systems. So that's your electrical systems, heating and cooling systems, plumbing. If you had any issues with those kinds of things, you'd have this third-party coverage that you'd be able to lean on. And then the biggest piece of that 210 warranty is the 10-year structural warranty. So if there's any issues with your foundation or with the framing or the siding or the roof, all of that is covered by this 10-year warranty, which those can be really, really costly if anything were to come up related to the structure. So it's very nice to know that 10 years, you've got total peace of mind related to the structure of your house. And on average, most people only live in their home for 5 to 7 years these days. That means that most likely the entire time that you're in your home, you've got total structural coverage, which mitigates the risk of you having some huge expensive repair bill related to your home. The third advantage to a new construction home is going to be energy efficiency and the latest and greatest in building technology. Now, builders and the building supply folks, whether that's the companies that create the lumber or the siding or the windows, they're constantly looking at ways to make their products better. And you get the latest and greatest when you're building a new home, because these companies that create your siding or the Tyvek weatherization wrap or the windows, they're looking at what's worked in the past and how to iterate and improve for the future. And so whatever the newest and best lines of products are out there, that's what builders are typically going to go with, because again, they don't want to have to come back on warranty requests because they used faulty materials. You're also going to get a much more energy efficient home. And that's in large part because, especially in Washington State, they are ratcheting up the codes and expectations upon builders for energy efficient design and building. But also a lot of credit goes to builders here and the suppliers of the products that they're buying, where there has been a huge shift in focus on how to make a home as efficient as possible. So some of the builders that I've been talking with, they're even finding ways of running the ductwork for the house inside of the air-conditioned space rather than going up into the attic or down into the crawl space where the temperatures are far more extreme. That might seem like a minor change, but by finding ways to run all of your ductwork in the air-conditioned space of the home really reduces how hard your furnace or your heat pump is having to work to heat and cool the air within the house. It's not having to compete against extreme temperatures. There's also things like air sealing that builders are doing to reduce how much air escapes the house, and that just means that you're not going to have drafts. You're also not going to be wasting money on the air that you're heating or cooling inside of the house that's just simply escaping. And all of this is good on multiple levels. Certainly there's just the societal good that comes from more energy efficient housing, but the more immediate impact that you feel is the monthly savings on your utility bills. The cost of utilities for a brand new home is generally significantly less than a home that's 20 or 30 years old. We're talking to the tune of, depending on the size of the house, anywhere between $100 to $200 a month that you can expect to save on a brand new home that really prioritizes energy efficiency. And that adds up, right? $1,200 to $2,400 every year that you're saving in your utilities. And the best part about that is that there's no trade-off. It's no less comfortable of a home. If anything, it's going to be more comfortable. You're just not paying now for the heating and cooling or electricity that you are wasting in a older home that is not nearly as efficient. So again, those three advantages. You're getting a home that was designed for you and by you, so you don't have to come in and make a bunch of costly renovations to bring the home up to the standard that you need it to be at for your own desires and taste. You have the peace of mind that comes along with home warranties, and you know that you've got the latest and greatest in building technology, which also leads to a much more efficient home, resulting in greater savings every month. So those are some of the key advantages to a brand new home. Let me know in the comments below anything that you think that I've missed. And again, if you've got further questions, go ahead and leave those below, or you can get in touch with me using the links in the description below. All right, moving on to the next video.